Namaste, Zen Zebras. Namaste, Merry Mermaids. Merry Mermen, I know you're out there. Namaste, Bella Butterflies and Unique Unicorns and Dream Makers and Dream Catchers. Namaste, Ninjas. A good old fashioned. Woo! Try not to light myself on fire in my car. Oh! It keeps on sparking and falling down on my leg and in my car. Okay, I thought this would have been safer because then the fat sticks. Hi guys. I don't know if anybody's gonna come on. Says this too. Hey, Bayo, you're here. Yay! And Crystal Rose, you're here too. Hi. Hi guys. Is it snowing where you guys are at? I know in Connecticut it's snowing. I think in Indiana and Kansas and Ohio it's snowing. Not here. It is cold though. I do have my warm coat on. I tried to go to the store. Stop, don't be burning shit, dude. I have to because I'm about to do a little bit of a read and I just needed it. I needed it to clear me off. Oh, no, Stowe, it finished yesterday? Oh, good. I know snow is beautiful, but it could be very messy. Oh, no, yeah, Crystal, you're in England, right? So there's not much snow there. There's rain, though, right? I know there's a lot of rain there. No, I'm gonna be careful. I'm being careful. Yeah, I still have to take my vitamins. I didn't take my vitamins all day. But I will. When I go in, I'll take my drink, my Geritol for the old lady, and my balance of nature. But I just wanted to go in my car and do a little read. I have some cards that I created. And this is kind of like an emergency collective read for Taurus, but it might resonate with other people as well. Yes, lots of rain in England. The two times I went to England, it would rain, but then it would be really nice. And then it would rain, and then all of a sudden the sun would come out. So I remember that. In New York, we will always have a lot of rain. I remember I was teaching kindergarten, and I was out in a trailer because the principal really liked me. She always put me in the trailer. And it rained for 40 days straight. Straight rain, 40 days, 40 nights. And I didn't have Noah's Ark completed. And I would have to take the kids from the auditorium in the morning across one parking lot into another parking lot and then into the trailer. And then bring them in for lunch out of the trailer, 2 parking lots. And then bring them back from the trailer into the gym so that they can have gym. It was terrible. It was like, why would you put little kids out there? Put the 5th graders out there, not little kids. But she didn't care. She just wanted to do stuff to bust my balls. Anyhow, okay, so I didn't try these yet. I'm just going to shuffle. What is that? Wax. There's wax on this card. But I'm just going to shuffle. And anything that comes out, it might resonate. But this is the cards that I do, the index cards that I created today. I was meditating. I was listening to some music. And we had basically all day, well, all morning into the afternoon, we had the people from Lowe's and our contractor that's going to fix the kitchen over. So I had to clear out, take everything from the kitchen, put it into the dining room. I still didn't put away stuff that I had to begin with. Now they say that they're going to, and our oven broke on Thanksgiving. So we had to buy an oven too. So we bought a sink, a stove, an oven, and counters. So it's probably going to be, it is, oh, it's like 6,000 without the new oven. And then it's going to be a lot, but it's okay because I am working a lot. Next week I work 4 days in 2 different schools. And then I was going to try to push to work tomorrow, but Devin goes, why push? You're going to work on Friday. You worked on Monday, and next week you're working 4 days, and so you're going to be dead. So, so yeah, he's right. So, what is happening with everybody in the collective and Taurus? Initials CF. Okay. And then I also heard Candy. So I don't know if that's a person's name or if somebody likes candy. I know I like candy because I went to the gas station and I got some candy. Turtles. Skittles. Hi, Eleanor. How you doing, Eleanor? Bella Butterfly. And bears. I don't know. I need that red dye. Number 5. Don't tell Bobby Kennedy. Because he doesn't like you to have red dye. Anyway. What's going on for the collective? What's going on for Taurus? Please and thank you, angels and ancestors. Thank you. Just said pull out 8. Interesting. Okay. End of the deck is new beginnings. You could see that. Okay. Now, I gotta light my incense again. You might say, don't do it, but I have to do it. Yesterday, I when I came out to do my walk, I lit my Palo Santo stick, even though it was windy out. And it's nice because it does give me a clearing. Crown chakra, third eye, throat chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra, root chakra, red root chakra. Okay. I'm open and receptive to receiving any messages from the angels, from the spirit guides of Taurus, from the spirit guides of anybody who needs to come through. And this reading is protected by Archangel Michael and, of course, Divine, God, and Jesus. Thank you. Okay. So, if it resonates, it resonates. Okay, if it doesn't, you could throw it back, roll it up into a ball, put a big purple bow on it, and throw it into the universe. Okay, anyhow, the crown chakra coming out is telling me that people have to start activating their crown chakra, which I just pointed to the third eye chakra, so my bad. Crown chakra is up here, okay? Honestly, I didn't even open this, and it's only salsa. Nothing fun. It's just salsa, okay? Topo Chico. Okay, so the crown chakra is for your awakening, your spiritual awakening. It's thinking about people who are in heaven. Maybe you've been thinking about them lately, or if you don't have anybody in heaven, and you're just wondering like what's this life all about? Something's missing. I've been having this feeling too. Something or somebody is missing. Things just don't feel like the same as it did maybe a few years ago, or even like last year. So activate that crown chakra. It could be white, gold, silver, or even like a fuchsia color. Okay. But usually it's white or effervescent colors. You could visualize up on the top of your head, the crown. If you're getting a lot of migraines lately, headaches, that's the crown chakra. Sometimes we get those headaches because spirit is trying to tell you something that maybe we're not always fully listening to. Okay. I'm just going to do 2 of these cards, and then I'll finish the rest after I read my index cards of what I got earlier for Taurus, the emergency. And don't worry, Bayo, I didn't forget your birthday is in December. And is it the 19th or the 9th? Let me know. 1-9 or the 9th. Hi, a Taurus girl reads. I just got started. Okay, I only did 1 card, so I don't know when you got in, but we just did crown chakra needs to be activated. Okay, Spirit is letting me do these cards. All right, I'm not sure why. Okay, then we got partnerships and alliances. And look at these hands. Oh, if you could see it. Let me see. Oh, you see that? 2 hands. If I put it, you see that? You can't see anything. All right, so partnerships and alliances. When I feel this card, I feel like a lot of you out there are thinking about making a partnership or getting started with partnership, but there's something in your way. There's something holding you back from making that, going forward with that partnership, trusting somebody else. And I always say, trust your gut, but sometimes you could be a little too paranoid, like me. Okay. I want you to do your homework. I want you to trust your gut, but do your homework, do your research, find out everything you can before you get into the partnership, even if it's just a relationship. Okay. But partnerships and alliances are even just talking to a friend, making that opening up, because I'm seeing an old friendship becomes new. What are you trying to say? An old friendship becomes new again. So meaning that you might know this person and it's okay to have a friendship with them because they know where the bones are hidden. They're just telling me this now. They know like the good parts of you, but they also know the not so good parts of you. And it's like we always need a friend like that knows the good, bad, and the ugly. But basically, somebody that is loyal. They might have hurt you before, and you might have hurt them or messed up on them. But there's a combination of energy that I was getting with these index cards that I did earlier today. I was feeling, sorry about the dramatic, but sometimes the information's coming in and I'm like, how does that make sense? I'm not sure how it makes sense, but what I was feeling is like an old friendship is coming back into play, and you being very weary or maybe going in with blinders, wanting to be their friend again, or wanting to be with that family member again. And Spirit is saying, it's okay, but just remember, go in with your eyes open this time, if that makes any sense. Okay. But there's also, so there's old friendships being renewed, maybe waking up again and flowing again. But then there's also some new people that Spirit is sending me, telling me that's going to be around you and important to take a chance on. Okay. And so, and this goes especially for Taurus, because Taurus are very, very loyal. And you might just want to ignore the new and just go back, because the person that you know is comfortable and you know them at least, and you know like their bad points too. But Spirit wants you also to have a change, because change is coming big time, especially for Taurus. And of course, Taurus does not like that. But we have to learn to embrace change, because God actually sends you what you need. Okay. But are we going to accept it? That's what I hear. Are you going to accept it this time? That's what they said. Okay. So in no particular order, actually this one is a blank card. Okay. So I was getting ready to write something else, and then the dogs were jumping on me. Devin was talking, and I was like, see, I was out of the dining room because all the kitchen stuff is in the dining room. So then I was like in the living room trying to finish my little meditation, and then, the TV's on, people talk to me, interrupt me, and so that's why, hence the car. That's why I'm open and receptive to receiving any messages. Did I miss anything? Oh, you just thought of partnerships before I pulled that card? That's good. Hi, WW. How are you? Okay. Yeah, so Sagittarius, don't worry. I'm going to do you. You know I'm going to do you. All right. So I have, don't jump into anything. Okay? And so I'm going to preface this statement with, don't jump into anything without doing your research. Okay? It's good to start something. There is a change that needs to happen that will bring you to ultimate happiness, to bring you to a more happier state, and to fill in a hole that has been empty. Okay. But Spirit wants you to do your homework, because I heard that earlier today, when I was first doing this. Do your homework, do your research. And I was like, why do they have to do their homework and their research? And they were saying, don't fall into the pattern of picking the same type of person that didn't work out the last time, because that same type of person is coming, that they're coming available. Okay. And they're going to be very charming. And I'm not saying don't be friends with them. I want you to absolutely get out there into circles where other people are, and out there into the clubs and the pubs, right? I wish I can go with you. Okay. But Spirit wants you to go out there because they see somebody. There's a couple of people, and one person is going to lead you to the better person. Okay, but you got to go through the person that is very similar to your ex. Okay, I'm just going to say it. It's like they're going to be very charming, and they're going to be very, like, tell you that you're beautiful because you are beautiful. And they're going to be very handsome or beautiful. But it's almost like they have the same DNA. It's almost like they have the same, they're similar to your type. that you went for the last time. They have a similar addiction or weakness as your ex. And your ex is your ex for a reason. I just heard that. Your ex is your ex for a reason. And I know sometimes you want to make your ex your right now. And that ex person definitely wants to get back with you. So this is what I see. It's like a fork in the road, and people coming on this side, people on this side. And you're supposed to, have an encounter with your ex, have a talk with your ex. And you're always mulling about it's the same question. And they seem interested, and they will act interested, and they will be interested, and they do have love and for you and friendship, and you have the same. But what they couldn't give you before, they're not going to give you in the future. What they didn't give you in the past, they're not going to give you in the future. Does that make sense? I hope so, because sometimes I'm confused with what I get. But I got, you are beautiful or handsome, and you will be complimented. And so don't let that person who's saying, it's going to be a couple telling you how beautiful you are, you're hungry for that. You're hungry to hear that because you haven't been treated that nicely. And you've been waiting to hear those compliments, but Spirit's saying accept the compliments, but you don't have to sign on the dotted line, if that makes any sense. You don't have to run down the aisle to marry that person, or you don't have to let that person move in with you just because they stated how beautiful you are. Okay, if that makes any sense. It's like, take your time, enjoy the moment, enjoy the present, and don't make any commitments until you are sure. Okay. All right. I don't know why I showed you the index card. Okay. I don't want to do that one yet. Okay, so it's funny because when I picked, the first card that I got was the crown chakra, right? And that has everything to do with your awakening, spiritual awakening, everything to do with your head, your brain, okay? How you see yourself in the world, how you see the world, and a bit of psychic abilities, all right? But I got this one. You are having a spiritual awakening, okay? And I kept on hearing, much like 7 years ago, much like something happened 7 years ago, okay? So I have, I started to write the word return. Somebody's going to return. Oh, they want to return to you, all right? But don't be naive. Someone is playing on your emotions. They're playing on you being hungry to be complimented. They're playing on you wanting to be friendly again, to wanting to be loved, to wanting to have a loyal friendship, a loyal relationship. That's what Spirit is guiding you away from, what Spirit is trying to protect you. And they're not saying stay away from this person, not saying don't talk to this person. They want you to talk to this person because you need closure. Okay, in order to close that door fully, you have to know, I am closing this door fully for a future relationship. I know that, like what we had in the past, we had, and maybe you even have kids with them, I don't know. But Spirit wants you to have closure with this person. And it's like, I just feel like they're always tied to somebody else. Like they always are breaking up with somebody, or somebody kicks them out, and then they come to you. And so Spirit doesn't think it's good. That's what I'm hearing. They're playing on your emotions. But you're in the middle of a spiritual awakening, and so many other things are going on. You're going to start to think about what your mission is, or continuing of your mission, or getting more serious of your mission in life, if that makes any sense. Hi, Chatty Chickie. Good to see you. And hi, Casey Farms. I know this has nothing to do with me, but over a romantic relation. It might. It might. What I said was I came to come on for an emergency Taurus message, but when I shuffle the cards and I push the button for a live reading, it could help. It could resonate with anybody. You don't have to just be a Taurus. Okay? So spirit will give me a message and I just go with it. All right? So it could be for you. It could definitely be for you. Yeah, relationships, like, this is the thing. Like, think of it this way. This, I think this is what I'm feeling. There's this person that keeps on coming back into your life, and it could even just be a friendship. It could be a family member. And so God doesn't want you to reject them. They just want you to talk and not kind of let them move in, you know, like, because this is what I'm feeling. This is like for the single people out there, and Taurus too. Um, there's a relationship, like a marriage, that they want to send you, like a very committed relationship, marriage, living together. But if you have your ex moving in with you, or if you're still, like your mind is filled up with your ex, um, and there's even a question mark whether you're gonna, all your energy is gonna go to that. And then that other person that is better suited for you can't get to you. They can't get to your energy, if that makes any sense, because the other person is sitting at your table in your mind. Okay? They have a seat at your table. And so God doesn't want you to reject them totally, because there's something that you are learning from each other. Okay? And even sometimes people are there to make you stronger. And you're like, you know what? I've had enough of this. Yeah, no. Okay. That type of thing. But yeah, definitely yes on going out to the pubs and the clubs. Yes, going out for coffee. Yes, going out for pizza. I just saw pizza. A scone for some reason. Somebody likes a scone. I just heard that. Definitely going out on walks. But I don't see the real. A lot of things are happening in the winter, but when the flowers are blooming, and I just saw a cherry, I don't know if you guys get cherry, what is it called? Cherry blossom. That's what I saw, cherry blossom trees. I don't know if that's all over the place, but that's in the US. And different flowers are blooming. So that's when I'm seeing, that's when the love is really going to be like sealed, and you're going to feel more at ease. But in between, before the spring gets here, the winter time is really important, that you solidify out with the old and in with the new, or even if it's somebody that you did know but you never dated before, but you knew him through a friend, but you were always tied up with somebody else. Now you can have your slate clean, but you'll never meet them if you're home. Okay? So someone from the past, which is what I described, someone from the past wants to return to you, but they are broke. Now you might say, you mean like broken-hearted, broken spirited? No, I mean brokety broke, brokety broke, empty wallet broke. Okay, so they might be broken spirit too, but um, somebody, I see a man. I don't know whose energy this is around. This might be around Taurus, or it might be somebody else. But this man, he's not that tall. He's about 5'8" to 5'9" to 5'10". I don't even think he's 5'10", 5'9". And I I don't think that's that tall for a man. That's okay. I'm not trying to be, I'm only 5'2", so I'm a shorty, but I'm seeing him and he lost a bunch of weight in his chest and waist area. Like, I feel like he was thin to begin with, but now all of a sudden, like, it's gonna be like, what happened to your stomach? And he has some kind of illness that's in his stomach area, solar plexus, and even maybe intestines. But he doesn't look into it. Like, maybe he let it go and he's just like, oh, I'm just losing weight. Maybe I had a tapeworm. Like, he says something flip. Um, I believe he's definitely sick. He needs to definitely get it checked out. Just like, yeah, every week I lose like another 5 pounds. And first you want to punch him, and then you want to say, get thee to a hospital. Okay. If that makes any sense. All right. So someone from the past wants to return, but they are brokety broke. So are they trying to return because they really care about you? They might care about you a little bit, but they're really trying to return because they are brokety broke and they want to use you. Okay. So it's sometimes it's hard to say it, but I would never lie. Whatever the spirit tells me, I'm going to say it. You have to protect yourself against that. Yeah, you could talk to them on the phone, you could text with them, you could see them in the pub, you could see them in the restaurant, you could see them in the coffee shop, but don't let them move in. They can't move in. Oh, what is it? If you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. If you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. You put some scones on your delivery today? Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Oh my God! A cherry blossom tree is outside your front window? But it's not blossomed yet, right? And now, okay, now that you told me that, and the scones, are you freaking kidding me? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I'm so happy. Hi, crazy grandma. I am so happy. Okay, now, for some reason, I get it'll be uncharacteristically, like, not quite spring, and all of a sudden this cherry blossom tree is blossoming. Know that that is the sign from spirit. Your spirit guides are letting you know love is coming, love is on the way. Okay, go outside and be among that cherry blossom tree. That makes me so happy because I know that I'm tapped into the energy. Hi, strawberry shortcake. Thank you. Thank you. And I don't have a filter or makeup on. I just have a lip, though. I just have a lip on. Okay. So, next card. Don't make the same mistake with a different person. And I think I described that a little bit earlier. It's like there's going to be somebody and they're like really fabulous and they seem very genuine and sweet. And then you find out like, oh, they like to, tip the old elbow with the Jesus juice a little bit too much. Okay. Or they have a little bit of a gambling problem or whatever your ex had, they will have. And that is your red flag. You have to pay attention to that because God does that too. He's got a sense of humor. He's like, I did it so nice before, I'm gonna do it again and see what she does or see what he does. Um, it's to make us stronger. Um, because it's just like we get comfortable with a certain type of person. It's almost like if your mom or dad used to smoke, sometimes you look for that person that smokes because you have a comfortability with them. You feel, at home because that smell of the smoke reminds you of your parents because they used to smoke. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah. somebody's belt. This is a person, and I'm seeing this clearly now. This guy is losing his belt. He's got it. He's like, I went through 3 belts. Like he's like disappearing. So I'm worried about him. You're like, why don't you just make another hole on your belt so that you can? And he says, I already did that, and there's no more room to make any holes. And you're like, go to the hospital. You got to get it checked out. Yeah, so don't make the same mistake with a different person, but they are the same. Okay, I got this very earlier today, and I had to write it in 2 different markers. All my markers kept on going dead. And that's always a sign too. It was like very frustrating. Then the dogs were jumping on me, and I was like trying to have my iPad with my music going, the TV was going, and I was like, what is happening? So sometimes I put my marker down, on my pencil down, a pen down, and I just sit there and I just wait. Like, what is the message that I'm supposed to tell you? Yeah, that person is definitely going to reach out if they didn't already. And it's okay. Like I said, it's okay to get in touch with them, and it's okay to talk to them. It's just that we're not going to roll out the red carpet. We're not going to give them a loan unless you're independently wealthy and you can do it. It's just whatever they spent the money on, that they lost the money, they'll spend the more money. If you give them more money, they're going to spend it on the wrong thing. They're not going to spend it on bills. Okay. So then I also have more lies and more cheating. And you might say, that's a very sad card. And the way it came out is I had to write it like up and down, almost like the Chinese way. Um, who is it from, Spirit? Okay, that makes me sad. Okay, so it's somebody that you love, that you loved, you were in a relationship, and you still love a little bit. Um, but it doesn't hurt as much because now you're more aware of the red flags. Okay. You have to be clear on what you're trying to manifest. If you're trying to manifest somebody who's loyal and that has a career or a job, or, you know, pays their bills, they're punctual, they're a good caretaker, they're good with the kids, they're good with your your family, your parents, that we have to write that down. That has to be written down. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have a loyal companion. He or she is um they compliment me. They have a steady job. They like their career. They are always reliable. Like, it depends on what you want, because you're a reliable person. You want a reliable and loyal person too. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Anybody say anything? Oh, your son-in-law noticed his belt got very loose? Oh, he's over 6 feet. I feel like this person is not 6 feet. And then there's another person. Is he very wiry? Like, to begin with, is he very thin? Because this is a person I never, maybe once he had a belly, a little bit of a belly, but then all of a sudden, like, he's lost a ton of weight. Hi, Lotus Bloom. Thank you for stopping by. 1-1 on the call. Oh, it's 1:11 over in England? Here it's I don't have a clock here because it's on my phone, so it doesn't show me. Okay, let's do another card. I have 8. They told me to pick out 8. What does this say? I'm not sure what this says. Can you see that? It's like somebody standing. Does it say church? Crutch? Not sure what that one is. See it? I literally don't understand what that says, so don't worry. I'll pick another card. I have more cards over here. Hopefully I can understand what the words are. Okay, so this one says emotional loss. And that would make sense because a lot of you out there, I feel, because you had an emotional loss. Let me see if I can put this up closer. You see it now? Okay, because you had an emotional loss, you're reluctant to go out there and put yourself out there again because you don't, who wants to get hurt? Nobody wants to get hurt. But now you're at the point where it's like, it's not going to just fall on your doorstep. Okay. And now some people argue with me and say, oh, well, um, some people come over the house and they, but you would have to invite them over. I'm just seeing a lot of action in the pub, a lot of action in the coffee shop. I even see a museum. Um, just like walking, getting out. There's a little bit rainy. Um, I don't see an umbrella on you. I see a hood, like having your hood up. Um, and then all of a sudden it stops raining, just like when I was there, and the sun comes out. I heard Piccadilly Circus. Um, okay. All right. Okay. So that was just like it's gonna be like when you least expect it, but yeah, your energy has to be out there. And you don't have to always be with anybody. You don't have to be with a friend. Like say sometimes you're supposed to go to the pub or restaurant with your friends and they don't want to come or they don't show up at the last minute. You should still get out there. All right? Um but the emotional loss that you did have, don't think that, oh, because I had that emotional loss, so then everything's going to happen that way again. No, because now you know the red flags. Okay? And now you understand that everything that happens in your life, the Zen way of thinking is, and the Buddhist way of thinking is, everything that happens in your life is supposed to be happening. Even if you broke your leg, that was supposed to happen. Why? Because you learned something from it. Or, oh, what did I learn besides pain? Well, you learned that nurses and doctors are very good. You learned that family members stepped up to the plate, some of them. You learned that you can try to pray for healing and have hope. You can get still in your mind. So every even bad relationships, maybe you had children with that person, okay? And they was meant to be. Children are always meant to be. But they're meant to be by the parents. Just like we pick our parents, they pick us to be their parents. Okay. So it's okay if you had an emotional loss, somebody did you dirty, we did somebody else dirty. We're human. But the whole thing is to pick up the pieces and keep it moving. Okay. And keep on manifesting, writing down specifically what you want. And that's not always easy to do because I get lazy with my manifestations too. And then I sit there and I said, I'm going to read my just 3 cards. I'm going to read my three things that I have on the wall. And that's it. And then sometimes I write it down. I take a piece of paper. I love index cards. I love sticky notes. And sometimes I tape them up and sometimes I just throw them away after I read it. Good. Yes, tell them to go to the doctors anyway, especially if it's been happening over a month, because it's been more than 4 weeks now. It's been more than 4 weeks. Okay. Let me get the next card. Oh, beautiful. Memories of love. So there's an emotional loss that you've had, and then there's memories of love. And then sometimes look how they're holding that memory, and then the other ones are floating by, right? But when you're stuck on a memory, and that's okay to have the memory, especially the for fun, good stuff, right? You keep on reminding yourself, did this really happen? Did that person really love me? Did I really love them? Did this, did we have a moment? Yeah, we did. But then sometimes you get stuck in that energy instead of keeping it moving. The reason why we got to keep it moving is because God will throw these other people there your way if you're ready. If you think you're ready and you're praying for somebody, if you're praying for a significant other, or even just a best friend, even just a friend, a companion. What did I used to say in the past? Your significant other, right? Even if you just want a significant other, do things with, right? To enjoy your life with. We have to pray for it. But if we're stuck in the memories and the emotional loss that we had in the past, then we can't see the other love, the potential love. Okay? And it's all right to remember the good stuff. We're supposed to remember the good stuff, but we're not supposed to ever give up on it. Okay? Because God has somebody for everybody will have somebody. Okay? But we have to focus and we have to trust. Okay, so temptation. And I just heard, so the temptation is like kind of like the easy way out, or like, well, this person is right here and I want to give them another chance. And that's okay. If you want to, we have free will. We're all human beings. If you want to give them another chance and it's the same person that has betrayed you before, or that hurt your feelings, or maybe it didn't work out before, but you want to give them another chance, that's your journey, right? But the temptation card comes up when you know in your gut something is, I shouldn't really be doing this, and the temptation is to stop at like the third step instead of doing the whole mile. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you would just keep on pushing for that job that you're trying to go for, or that career, or that class, or that friend, or that, party that you're planning, or, yeah, don't say no to things, um, because you might not feel good that day, or like you get an invitation. Like, it's weird. It's a weird thing that I'm getting. Like, there's an invitation to somebody's party or somebody's wedding, and you're like, I don't think I'm going to feel good that day because maybe I have surgery on my foot 2 weeks before or a month before. No, don't just plan that everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be all right. Yeah, I will accept that invitation. Accept invitations is what I'm trying to say in an awkward, around the corner way. And be careful of temptation. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. So when we have the emotional loss, and we are kind of stuck in the memories, of the things that we did like and the things that were good, know that there is an angel around you just for the heartache. It's the heartache and loss angel. Okay, and she looks like this. She has blue wings, because when we get blue and down and depressed, but know that it's okay to cry when we've had the heartache and the loss. And this could be some people, have even lost a person. Maybe they didn't pass away, but they just like physically went away from them. You know, like I see like a ring taken off and thrown. I see waiting to be picked up and then the person never comes. Um, and then also feeling bad for your child. The person disappointing not only you, but your child. Okay. Don't stay in that feeling. Just say, just, just say, okay, yeah, I was in that. I had that. That happened. But you know what? I feel brighter days are coming. Different relationships, different people, loyal companions are coming. Okay. Okay. Dis disconcern and boredom. Okay. This might be some people out there. See, he could. One second. I need some fresh air. Um, see how he's looking in the dreary corner? Instead, he could be looking out there at the greenery, right? And instead he's looking down in the corner in the dark, and he could be looking on the bright side. This is like sometimes when we get bored, we're not utilizing our gifts and talents. We're not looking on the bright side and things that God has given us. Um, and we have to it's our responsibility to take ourselves out of that. My mother used to say, don't spend too much time feeling sorry for yourself. Okay. You could be sad about something, but don't spend too much time. You have to look on the bright side, and it's up to you to do it. Don't wait for anybody else to do it for you. Okay. So this is, you can be looking out here and saying, oh, I feel great because look at this greenery, look at, how beautiful this is, the sky is blue. But instead he's in a depression and bored. Okay. Okay, we're going to end with the power card. All right, half lion, half Hierophant. This is like the Hierophant card. It's very spiritual, but it's showing your strength, showing your stepping up to the plate and being strong in your life at this point. Um, for some reason, like it's supposed to be the winter time, but because I'm in Texas, it doesn't feel like the winter. At least I can wear a jacket, so it's sweater weather. But where everywhere you are, I just really feel like after the rain and the snow, and when it starts to be spring and the cherry tree blossoms, that is where you really will feel like, oh, I know who my significant other is, or I have a better idea now. And there's also a class. I don't know if it's a therapy or therapist, but it's some sort of class that is helping you with the strength, helping you with your power and your strength. And this person, one thing, first he says, oh, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful, you're lovely. And then when he sees that you're not like, rolling out the red carpet and inviting them to stay or writing out a check, he's going to say, wow, you're different. You changed, not for the better. Like he's going to prop you up, and then he's going to try to cut you down. So just know that, be aware of that. And then you could smile. And he says that because you heard it from me already. Okay. And you could just say, oh yeah, everybody's supposed to change. That's how we evolve. That's how we go from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Okay, we change. We metamorphose. We get better. We get stronger. Okay? Otherwise, we go backwards and we get weaker, and we succumb to addictions, and we succumb to the negative energy and the weak forces that we have. Instead, we want to go utilize our gifts and talents, become spiritually awakened. Okay, I don't want to sound too cliche, but it's not me talking, it's the spirit guides telling me. Okay, let's do a closing. You feel the angels in your bedroom door sometimes? That's good. It's very good. Sometimes I feel like an energy, but it doesn't feel so angelic, if you know what I mean. And Casper turns around and starts looking around at nothing, and he freaks me out. And then I tell him only angels are allowed here. And then he gets a little bit better, but then he looks over here. And I'm like, what are you looking at? And we go back and forth. But all you have to do is say, Jesus is with me. Nothing bad is allowed in my house. And Jesus is in this house. And that's it. And your angels, and you say, angels surround me. Angels be with me. Dear God, please help me to find my soulmate. Dear God, please help me to find my best friend. Dear God, please help me to meet my finances and to make my bills. Dear God, please help my health. Ask Archangel Raphael to heal me so that my health is better, that my child's health is better, that my parents or my family, okay? Spirit guides, can I have a closing card? Thank you. Oh, another chakra card. Solar plexus. Now this this is yellow, and it has everything to do with power. So it's like everything to do with your gut and power. Stomach area, ulcers. So if you take your power and your energy and your opinions and you keep them in too much and don't express them, they start to eat away at your stomach lining, and you get ulcers. I had two of them. But they can get better. You know how they can get better? Affirmations, yellow therapy, eat more bananas, have more lemonade, lemon in your water, lemon squash, squash, wear more yellow, paint yellow, and affirmations for your solar plexus. How do I utilize my power without being too much in the ego? Okay. And how do I utilize my power without being too meek and letting people walk all over me? We have to all stand up for ourselves. Okay. That's good. Yeah. And always Palo Santo. That's why I always do, guys, because I really find a difference. Sometimes I just have to get outside. I don't like to do it too much in the house because Devin has all kinds of heart problems and breathing issues, and during the day it doesn't bother him as much, but at night it definitely does. So I'll just go outside, I'll light it outside, I'll light up. Anyway, I hope this resonated with you guys, and with CF and a lot of the Tauruses out there, and I will see you soon. Love you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Namaste.